Hello everyone, my name is Pigsy People, and today we're doing, what if Deku was... What was it? Oh, what if Deku had a stand? I just want to say, there's going to be a bit of cliches here, but I hope y'all like it. And, if you're wondering how I'm talking with such grace as I'm chilling here, I'm not playing right now, so... Yeah, you gay. Alright, like I said, I think we should start a story at the beginning, you know, Deku's birth, but, not really. Not a lot happens, but, like, we have to start there, right? So we start to Deku relaxing in his, I guess, carrier? His family carrier. Like, his mom bought a carrier and he sits in it now. So he's chilling in his carrier, and they're walking down the street. And Deku somehow, I don't know how, but just finds a branch. Random branch. Picks it up, but cuts his hand on something sharp on it. Of course, Iko looks at his hand, sees it's bleeding, and then leaves. So we zoom in on that branch. Turns out there was part of a stand arrow in it. Not a requiem, but like just a regular stand arrow. Or just assume Joestar blew it up by punching it. And then it hit into this tree and then made a branch. And then boom. That's how the twig was made. As Deku is chilling after that with his band-aid on his pinky. Actually, on his little palm. So as Deku is chillaxing with his band-aid, he then starts feeling a bit of an aura around him. He pulls out the trump card of then a chandelier's about to hit him, but luckily this shadowy figure with a green gleam in his eye punches it away through a open window out the street onto a car that was moving already into its trunk that closed and then drove off. Hope y'all caught all that. Ha, he's gay. Okay. And sorry, I'm just coming out of a sickness. As Deku is now chillin' like a stand user. So they go to the quirk doctor. Of course, Deku is quirkless, but even the doctors are confused. Since when they were testing Deku, they threw an eraser at him. Something flicked it, but they couldn't see it. So they all thought it was like an air manipulation. So they basically just wrote it off as he has a quirk, but I guess it doesn't. They count it as a quirk because God, the frick am I gonna die? Proof of me throwing a eraser at it. Flick, it's gone. Well, they can't prove it was a flick. They can prove that it flew off. Yeah. So we time skip a couple years later. Not a couple, like 20 years, 10 years later. Because he was 6, I think. No, he's like, wasn't 6, he's like 4 then. Yeah, so no one bullies him because Deku told them he has a quirk. They didn't believe him at first, so they pulled in to prove it, so Deku told someone to throw an eraser at him. He did it, and he flicked it away. Quotation marks on that. It flew off in the other direction of him. This kid had a quirk that made him a perfect thrower. And that's how that works. Sorry for that. But after clarifying that, Deku's clapping them grades up, already getting A pluses in high school. And we then go up to the sludge villain incident. We're on that arc now. Deku then starts chilling like a stand user while walking down the street, because no one, not really the whole Deku being called like a useless Deku. Once they hear that Deku is, is going to UA, they don't care. They just think, cool, another person's going to trying to go to UA. At the end of Deku's little road area where he walks every single what if with different variant events. So the thing tries to attach. Well, truthfully, Deku hasn't trained his quirk, so basically, if anyone throws anything bigger than I guess faster than not really anything can touch Deku. It's like this force is stopping everything that someone throws at him. You know how someone like shoots a spit wad at him? Flick. Basically nothing can touch this guy. So then, when Deku's getting, annihilated because it was a sneak attack, and the stand was kind of missing at this point. Was kind of missing, I guess it was also distracted. I don't know how to talk about how I'm gonna awaken this guy's stand. And then, as Deku is, running out of oxygen, Deku, and the faint of his eye, is able to see still because the stand is still pushing out some of it with his own oxygen. He sees this guy clad in silver armor, yellow muscle mass, black hair with yellow and green tips, and he grabs a scarf and says, his yellow scarf, and says, I guess doesn't say anything, but he just yells. What does he yell? I'm gonna call it he just yells crack. Like, crack under the pressure of my punch. It's clever, I know. So then he punches him, and then just completely and utterly obliterates this sludge villain. He will have more abilities than just punching and kicking. This is Deku Stand, after all. It's gonna have more abilities than just Star Platinum. So Deku, after getting, released from that, All Might shows up. Obviously, All Might can't see the stand, but Deku can, so he points out there's a guy in front of him. But All Might says, who? And then proceeds to walks through the weird stand guy. The ghost. Now he puts it. Then he puts it out. So as Deku is surprised that All Might just walked through this person that saved him. Dead. Okay. This thing's dead. And All Might's starting to think, is this kid insane? So All Might, after learning that Deku was technically perfectly fine, he realizing he's perfectly fine, gives Deku a signature. Deku knowing he can be a hero because since his mom and Bakugo knew he had a quirk, they didn't bully him for it. Deku, Bakugo said, "You can be my sidekick when we go into UA." You know, and that's how that works. And that's how the cookie crumbles. So as Deku is now, All Might leaves. I guess he just gives the quirk to Mirio. Actually, no, wait. I wanna say something else. He still gives it to Mirio. I'm still gonna put that in there. But what happens is he does drop the bottle. It does crack open. It does get to Bakugo, and Deku is still walking that same direction he was last time. And after he was relaxing, he proceeds to, defeats Deku. Walks up, sees the sludge villain, not thinking that it was his fault this time. He just thinks, "Oh no, All Might, uh, awesome presser, accidentally dropped the bottle." So Deku, thinking scaredly, but then realized, "Gosh darn it, that is my future boss." So then he just clubs over the friends. Then he just starts. Who does he start running at? Oh, what was that run that looked like? I think it was Joro Giovanna looking run. He starts running like that. Then he just pulls out. For some reason, the sand instantly just pulls out of him, and is like pulling up with his two fists, like a flying stance. Whatever. I think Goku flying. I guess it's just Goku flying. More like Angry Vegeta in the Namek arc. It's where like he's clenching his arms. No, it doesn't matter. They're flying him to save the future boss. That's a Doppio reference. Deku then proceeds to tell the ghost, save Bakugo, save Kanchan. And of course the ghost, since he's his boss, in a sense, does what he says. So the stand proceeds to bulk up, and then clench his hand, then open it again, and then to reveal a spinning blade. Not a spinning blade, like a spinning orb, I guess. It's okay. Recording video. And so it's like a spinning orb. It's like the spin from Johnny. So then Deku proceeds to start spinning rapidly. Like he puts his then he hits a T-pose with his fist out and starts spinning really hard. But of course, this stand then infuses himself onto Deku, and then it's just him spinning really hard. And then Deku just spins so hard he makes a tornado, a small one that doesn't hurt anyone. And then he just tornadoes the sludge villain, flings it in the air, then the stand stops Deku by shooting the orb like in the vicinity of the sludge villain. And then it wraps around the orb, makes the sludge villain wrap around it, conceal it into and then it turns into a bubble. It turns into a physical steel ball. Yes, steel ball run reference. Get over it. Yes, Deku has the spin. but doesn't know it yet. Yeah, it doesn't know it at all, and never will. So, after that, everyone says, "Good job, kid." He goes on his merry way. Alway already was about to talk to Deku, but thought, I don't think that kid would work because he saw how courage the kid was, but then thought that kid did have an ability that would work for all, but he thought it would work. So he doesn't talk to Deku. He just thought the ability would work with his punch attacks. It's a spinning attack, not a punching attack. So he thought this would work for all, and then he leaves. That's saying All Might's not choosing Deku because he doesn't have the right quirk. He's just not choosing Deku because he doesn't look the part. Nah, he just doesn't want to choose Deku. He looks stupid. Goofy, bitch. Okay, I'm dying. If you just ignore all the other factors, my story's actually going out pretty well. If you think so, leave a like and subscribe, and hit the post notification bell. It's just the daily reminder. Y'all see that? Never mind. Deku then beats the crap out of him. Deku then annihilates him. He goes home, tells Aiko about the situation, her worried about her baby boy, but thinking, it's fine, he's okay, no scratches. That you don't, I'm kidding. She took out a character, but it's fine. He does then train for the arc, training with its spirit. The spirit can't talk, of course, since, usually stands can't talk, so this one can't talk. But Deku then tells it to use the ability used on the sludge villain, so the thing then clenches its fist, moves its hand in like a specific way. It's like he puts his hand on the fist, releases it, goes under it, and then releases his hand. And then shows the ball, the green spinning ball. It's going, yeah, it's just spinning. Like Gyro's ball. Then Deku says, can you make it do something that isn't spin in my body? It starts nodding its head. Deku then thinks, maybe I can base my hero outfit after this. Oh, I forgot. And Deku then realizes he could get a really good look on this ghost. But then when he sees it, he sees that it has red knuckles on him. It's really cool looking. He has red knuckles on his fist and a gem on his fist, both of them. While his right hand has like circles on it and like a spin looking thing, and the other one has red knuckles on it. You know what? Never mind. Red stone on hand, red knuckles on fist. Then as Deku is defeating his training, I guess, in a sense. Oh, sorry. Just completely annihilates that training. They even learned some new techniques. I'll show you them in the later parts, but not now. But we will see one of those abilities soon. So Deku then, after training for 10 months, then goes to the training place. His mom drops him off, how like a sweet mom. Then proceeds to go in, not tripping on rocks. His stand already got that rock. Get the rock the freak out of here. Oh, I forgot to mention that their racer started spinning after it was hit off. He does defeat him. Yeah. Defeat that rock. I'm kidding. So he goes in, doesn't ace the test, but he does pretty well on it. Like, not basic, but like, I think the fifth smartest student in your class. That's how easy he takes the test. That is the whole end. Whole end there. My God, Mr. Freezer, you're an ass. I'm kidding. Okay. He does go to the test, does as good as he can, and then goes to the, the testing part of your power. I will say that it's very unfair for people who actually have good quirks but just can't use them in tactical battles. As I was saying, it was like totally annoying, but continuing with the story. This kid has not lost a single person. He defeats some of the robots. He like runs in there. Zero give him. Just runs in there. While the stand is recuperating the ability, Deku puts on his brass knuckles. They're red brass knuckles. And just punches one of the robots' eye out. And then tears it out. And then runs to the next one. That was a one pointer. So he's 1 point right now. And then right when he charges it, then he starts bouncing around his hand. Throws it to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other. The Deku just keeps brass knuckling through them, and after the thing becomes like a condensed, it turns into like this spinning spear. The Deku grabs that spear, then it becomes a condensed metal spear, and then it becomes a condensed metal spear. The stand grabs it and then chucks it through 3 pointers. That is 9 points. And then he starts cleaning up all the villains. Then he just, does the same tactic where he keeps his brass knuckles on, and then just punches through all the pointers. Then the stand charges up a spear, and when they're about to attack him, he cancels out the technique and the stand punches it. Because of course the stand isn't going to focus on Deku's safety more than its attack. As soon as Deku's about to get seriously injured, or injured at all in that case, he just cancels the attack and then punches the stand. Punches the character. Deku then leaves the area that he once was in after a while. And he just keeps going through the motions and getting all those points. Then Deku, after armoring his hand with a stand punch, and then punches through two 3-pointers. Sorry. He just completely cleans all the people there. He just completely clean the people. And then he hears a rumbling, and then another rumble. Then he looks up and sees this 0-pointer. And then he sees Uravaka. I think. It's Uravaka or Unaraka. Doesn't matter. Sees her under the rubble. He doesn't know who she is, but like, that's not nice to just leave her there. So, again, he hits his style as Giorno Giovanna run. Then his stand pulls up, doing his signature flying technique. And then, now Deku, after charging up another orb, the stand, Deku then commands it to do our I guess I'll just call it the rotating smack. Actually, no. The rotating... The rotating power ball. So then, Stan starts juggling like a juggle ball. Somehow, it looks like he's duplicating it, and he is duplicating it. Starts duplicating a couple of them, and then starts spinning even further, and then becomes a basketball. Starts dribbling it, and then Deku then tells the Stan to punch him. Then Deku gets thrown by his stand, and the stand dissipates. Deku has the orb right now. And the ability, then the stand reappears, grabs the basketball, hits it like a volleyball, then throws Deku again. Then of course it disappears. Then hit him with the Gotenks special, smacks it right back at the 0-pointer, and then just explode. Then the 0-pointer starts spinning in a grotesque robot looking, and then just blows up. I wanted to make it very clear that it was a dope move that was about to happen. There's a dope thing about to happen. Just this. Just completely and utterly collapse up real quick. Easy defeat. Then Deku saves her from the rubble. Rock is still being shocked. Deku picks her up in the classic big bro fashion. Just completely and utterly collapse. Alright, what was it? Yeah. Bro, it was like a 92 combo. Back what I was saying. Deku completely and utterly annihilates the thing. Passes first place easy. There is zero stopping this assault. And then, yeah. Then he gets accepted to UA, and then he's asked to draw a suit. Then he decides to slightly base his suit off him. He wants it to look tactical. I couldn't completely draw a new outfit for him. So it's basically just the new movie, outfit, but it looks like his outfit, but like a little more clothes. It's basically it. Okay, I can't talk as much because my throat is in pain now. Sorry. Okay, afterwards, after my coughing, Deku then just bases it off his thinks of just giving him. He gets the yellow scarf, gets a mask so he can look like him, but it just looked like his original, his original one, but like without the ears and just dreads. I'm kidding, but like a mohawk, like a superhero-esque mohawk. Like it has like this dome-looking shape. And then he has just the coolest strip ever. He just looks cool, okay? He just looks cool, you know? He just looks cool. He just has a mask with a dome on him. And his knuckles have red on it. and then he has a giant spin in his shirt. Alright, back to the story. So they're all just running around into their classes. Deku instantly finds the class 1A place. He's actually first there. Well, besides Momo and Ida, and Shoto, Todoroki, and Aizawa, who's sleeping under the bed, under the table. After everyone gets settled, they all talk about how this kid who just started flying in the sky, then smacked air, and then blew up the zero pointer. Get it since I can't see a stand. Just completely under the claps. Just annihilates. Then Deku, after saying it was him, they don't believe him. Obviously, since look how timid this fucker looks. Then he defeats him. He defeats everyone who thought he was weak. Kidding. But yeah, they just go to the assessments. Deku obviously goes first. So he grabs it. So, of course, Deku has a bit more knowledge on Hero, so he knows who Aizawa is. So then he tells us, said, in his mind, because they can read each other's minds. But all Deku can hear when he hears that, that guy's is, what was it again? What did I say? Oh, Crush. Decay? Oh, Crumble. Yeah. All he hears is him crumble, 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 crumble. That's what he keeps saying. He just said crumble, crumble, crumble all the time. But I guess the stand knows what he's saying. So as they are, that's after Deku just talks. Then the stand turns around, looks at Aizawa, sees that Aizawa is breathing. Then he's tasks him in Morse code that his eyes are red. Actually, I think he says eyes red. So then Deku proceeds to only throw with his human strength, but pretends to act shocked. But then Aizawa says, "You can retake it because I was capping your power, so you wouldn't destroy everything." Deku says he can control his power, so he throws him another ball, and then Deku this time pulls. Then of course Deku asks the stand again to look at him. Morse code with his finger because it's not red. So Deku then proceeds to tell the stand to charge up an ability. In his mind, of course. He starts gripping the ball. And then he does the same movements as the stand when he's charging up the orb. And then the ball he's holding, it starts spinning. And everyone's surprised. Then Deku then spins it so hard in his palm that he flings it hard into space. It just keeps spinning until it catches on fire, leaves our Earth's atmosphere. Bada bing, bada boom. It's in space, infinite, let's go. And then he just crushes everything else. Because Deku just keeps using his stand. That was close. But yeah. He just clashed everything. Speedrun, he just uses the spin to spin his shoes, and then he sits on the shoes and this starts flying. It's surprising, but like, it happens. Same thing with the jump, he just grabs two balls, puts them under his feet, and then just flings them forward. flips around and then hits his feet on the ground. Then he claps. Then he, afterwards, crushing everything, wins. Benetta gets kicked out. Actually, I would say the Invisible Girl gets kicked out, because what the heck did she do the entire time? Nothing, exactly. But then Aizawa says, yeah, I was lying. That was actually not you for anything. Yeah, I'm doing the little reverse thing. Ow. Just, back to what I was saying. Defeats the, then the next day, to the USJ. I'm not doing the other thing. Never mind. Okay. Well, that's all I want to cover for today, so I will see y'all in part 2 of What If Deku had a